Hey, what's going on, guys? It's been a little while since we've talked to Nexomon Extinction, and this video will pilot that change now. I want to do more Nexomon videos moving forward, and despite having already covered a wide variety of the game's monsters, certain locations, etc., the game and Nexomon as a franchise still have a lot more to offer. That being said, today I wanted to discuss the Nexomon Roadmap and what we will see upon the free DLC promised. Through this video, we'll explore various topics such as Cosmic Legendaries, trading, New Game Plus, the elusive major content update that was teased way back in September, and more. So if that does interest you, why don't you take a seat, relax, and let's talk Nexomon. Okay, so a lot of what I'm going to be talking about comes from the Nexomon Discord, so though I will be speculating in part, especially towards the end of the video, the core ideas and additions to the game come directly from the developer. What I mean by this is I didn't just come up with Cosmic Legendaries as a topic. There's an entire channel on their Discord dedicated to it under the Roadmap tab. Anyways, regarding this, there are specific Nexomon that are Cosmic locked, meaning they'll essentially never be what you understand as shiny. Given that Nexomon Extinction is a standalone game, it's not likely that there will be a way to transfer them up or anything like that, so there is a plan in place to make these Cosmic forms available. That being said, we haven't reached a concrete method for doing so, and the original plan was to have them appear in the wild in the post-game, much like we see with the regular Legendaries. Another option discussed was to have them unshiny locked during the initial encounter, or having replayable side quests for those who've already completed in order to nab them. Now, the best method in my opinion anyways is to use the NG Plus mechanic or something to that extent where you can simply replay the game and perhaps have higher odds for each subsequent playthrough. Another idea would be to have the Cosmic Legendaries sort of exist in the content update they're planning, which we will talk about in the future, but basically let's say the free DLC would have like a new island or something. That's where the Cosmic forms can exist. Perhaps they could add overworld encounters with all the Cosmic versions of the Legendaries in that new area instead of having them be like grass encounters. That way they'll be tucked away and won't interfere with the game's canon. I know this might take away value from those specific Cosmics since they'll always be Cosmic by default in that situation, but they could always just have maybe regular overworld encounters that could potentially be Cosmic as well. Let me know what you guys think about that. Alright, so next is trading, and I guess by extension multiplayer as a whole. So far as PvP goes, we still haven't heard much about it, which I'm assuming might not be the greatest of news, though I could be wrong. Trading, on the other hand, is being sorted out to some extent. The thing about trading is that other than Cosmic, since Nexomon doesn't have IVs or a partner version like the Pokemon games do, I think that most trading will be relegated to Cosmic hunting. If item trading becomes a thing, I could perhaps see that also being quite popular with golden Nexotraps and other items like that, but in my opinion, trading without PvP doesn't really excite me all that much, if I'm being quite honest. Now, Jay Veman, the developer, has stated that hacking might become an issue, and they may decide to implement a way to combat it, whether it be having limits on how many times you can trade within a certain time period or having some sort of weekly goals that need to be completed in order to get the ability to trade. We still don't have an exact way how it's going to work, but those are just some ideas being thrown around. Alright, so the next topic we're going to be discussing is extremely interesting, and it ties into the hardcore mode or the New Game Plus, things people have been talking about. Now, it seems they've instead opted to create a custom mode where you can edit various aspects of your file in order to really play the game you want. The dev posted this in the Discord, and I'm going to read it out to you guys because these are basically the options you'll be able to mess around with in order to create your own custom Nuzlocke or randomizer or whatever sort of preferences you have. So they have the option to copy your save file, your party, your storage, your items, your wallet, reset the level of your copied monsters, keep them at a tier 1, fully randomized. This could be for the entire wild encounters. Randomizing wild encounters is here. Randomizing the official distributions. Fully randomized wild encounters. Randomized tamer parties. Fully randomized members, so you can choose the tier that they'll have. Randomized bosses. Randomize overworld items. Randomize items found when breaking boulders. Only enable capture on the very first encounter of each map, so that's sort of your Nuzlocke thing. Permanently lose a Nexomon if it faints, another Nuzlocke thing. Cannot be revived mid-battle. If your party becomes empty, then you fail this challenge. You can continue playing normally if you want. You'll be given a generic fallback monster, but your save file will explicitly say you failed. Then they have a slider of how many items you can allow per battle. Disable income from wild encounters, disable income from tamer encounters, adjust the global difficulty, aka all encounters based on the scaling system, allow higher tier monsters to appear early on, disable healing crystals, disable level cap. That's pretty interesting. I wonder what that means. Like, is it just for your level cap, or is it for the level cap of the wild encounters? Like, am I going to be able to have a level 200 Nexomon? I don't know. Randomize skill trees and disable skill masters. So yeah, these proposed toggles will allow you to do a full in-engine Nuzlocke randomizer without having to use any program or anything like that. I'm going to say this right now, when that happens, I'm going to do an entire playthrough series of a Randomizer Nuzlocke, no questions asked. Okay, last major thing I wanted to talk about was the big content update that's planned. Now, other than the teaser that they posted way back showcasing patch 1 and 2, which, by the way, are already out, we still haven't gotten this large content update unless they're referring to companions, which I highly doubt. When talking about the trading system, the dev specifically mentions that the content update is their main priority, so this is where we turn into the sort of speculation / what I hope comes out of it mode. I'm personally really hoping for something akin to the Battle Frontier where you can collect symbols and whatnot, and it'll be a really nice challenge requiring the player to have a deep knowledge of the game's systems. I think as far as facilities go, 5 would be great, and a lot of them could be comparable to the ones in Pokemon Emerald. You could have a rental facility, a standard facility, perhaps like a roguelite facility where you have randomly generated areas that you are sort of in a survival mode where if your Nexomon faints, it's like sort of kicked out of the challenge until you leave. Or maybe you could find items. I'm thinking something like the Battle Pyramid from Pokemon Emerald. And of course, some Battle Frontier brain equivalents would be amazing too. But yeah, with all that being said, I did want to extend this conversation to the community. What features would you like to see added to Nexomon Extinction, and subsequently, what are you most excited for? Also, what type of videos would you like me see in regards to Nexomon? I definitely want to do a Let's Play series of Nexomon 1, like that's already happening. I just haven't decided when I'm going to do it. As well as I want to maybe look into the lore of the game and other aspects like that. I might do like an every Nexomon Explained series where I break them down by types. Just let me know in the comments what type of videos you want to see in terms of Nexomon and just general monster taming videos as well. Anyways, as usual guys, thanks so much for watching my content and consider subscribing to stay up to date on all things monster taming. Until next time, peace.